Okay, so the next experiment is kind of warm up to whatever we did the 9 experiments, or rather, we are trying to align with our abilities. Okay, so you know that we are trying all the time manifesting something wonderful for us or proving ourselves it's easier to manifest and etc. Right? We are always doing that. And we are only trying to make this whole thing much easier, much better. We want to change our belief system that manifestation requires a long process of step 1, step 2, step 3, a lot of stuff. I think it's high time. It's too much to do all of those steps and processes. We should make this manifestation much easier for us. And it should be possible for us. It probably is some kind of a exercise for the mind. It's like how I'm doing Surya Namaskar. After some day, I'm sure someday I should be able to do 108, right? If I'm doing this, it'll become easier for me. And then I know I believe it. It should be as simple as you put a plug and switch on, and your iron box gets heated, and you know that you can iron it. Once upon a time, you didn't know that. And once upon a time, you used candles, but now it's just a switch, and then you get this wonderful light. So, if that is possible, even manifestation should be possible someday. Okay, so, okay, fine, we did. And long time back, somebody taught us before I'm born, I got to know about lights. So, what's the big deal about it? Let's think about something even more new, like microwaves and Wi-Fi. Where do you see those frequencies? So if you go tell one some aborigine or somebody in Amazon forest, they don't believe you. That you put something into the microwave and just press the button and then it'll heat up your yesterday's leftovers. No, they don't believe it. But we believe, right? It's exactly like that. It's unseen, but we know how to do it because we've got some machines. Now, probably someday we will have a machine. The other day, me and my daughter were talking, and we thought there should be a, it's like, you know, that good night mosquito repellent, which you will plug it. So you plug whichever you want, and there is a button or there is a wheel which will tell you happiness, joy, or whatever mood. You change that wheel and switch on, and the whole everybody will become happy because frequency, you know, transmit that frequency. Isn't that a wonderful product idea? It's only that we don't know how exactly to do that, but it should be possible someday. I'm sure somebody will find out. But anyway, so that's just a lovely idea for now. But there are all the time guidance or indications for us from the universe about what we want. So if you're thinking about manifestation, universe is manifesting it for us, and we are not able to understand it. Okay, what does that mean? Where does the manifestation happens? Tell me. There is this universe, there is you. Where does this manifestation is in physical reality, something appearing as per your wish. Am I correct? That's the definition, my definition of manifestation at least. Okay. So where it should appear? It should appear in
physical reality.
Exactly. In my physical reality, it should appear. Now, how can it appear? I only should make it. Right? It cannot just drop down from the sky for me. Then I will call it as a disaster. Right? So that means I need that one little power to make it happen. Correct? Or I need that decision so that I can choose that reality.
A thought?
A thought,
A thought.
whatever that is, that should come to me. A
Hmm.
thought should come, or a decision should come, or like the creative idea of this wheel of emotions which you can plug in can come. It should, right?
Hmm.
So that is what is actually manifesting for us. And that is every day is given to us by the universe, but we are not catching it. Remember that information is the master of everything. Whoever has the information, they have the upper hand. So that is why in this whole world, it's all about gathering information, database. Everything is related to information. So we have this unseen information coming to us, but the front portion of our brain is what which analyzes everything from the external world, and whichever is required, it sends to the center, or it makes the decision for it. So all those unseen, which is weird kind of information which is coming to us, which are not logical for us, we trash it out. That means we do not observe it because we feel that it's not required or it's rubbish. Now, the more you perceive that, the more you observe it, you will start doing the manifestation. Okay? Now, the more you start observing that, what we call a synchronicity will start happening in our life. Now, synchronicities are slightly different than the indication which comes from the universe. Synchronicities are something suddenly happening events which will make you feel, wow, this happened. But is it how it's going to help you for your manifestation? No, nothing much. Right? Manifestation needs synchronicity, but synchronicity as such is slightly different. Okay, let me give an example. There is this guy who wanted to run a marathon, but he was not sure whether he wants to run a marathon or not. So he told the universe, just give me clear indication, should I run or not? Then the next day he gets a coin or something he gets where it's written 26. 26 is a full marathon kilometers or mile. So he takes that as an indication that he needs to. Now, I would have seen that coin and then I would have just thrown it away. So it should also trigger what you are trying to manifest. It should match, it should connect. That is when the manifestation can happen. Now, this is a divine intervention and it's telling you, God is telling you, angels are telling you, or your subconscious mind already knows and it's giving you indication like this, whatever you want to say it. It's all fine. It's just that there are umpteen number of indications all around you, and we are supposed to see that. And the more you open yourself for it, it'll start guiding you. It is not that suddenly you became psychic. It is not like that. It's suddenly or over the period of time, you became very aware of all the things around you and you started observing something you want to manifest. That's all. It's as simple as that. So many wonderful examples. There is one guy uh, who say, all these guys who have written amazing books in their life. There's one guy who says that when he was a little child in Morocco or something like that, a guy entered their house for the Thanksgiving and gave blueberry pie. And then gave to the father, and they all enjoyed it. And then after a long time, when he was an adult, he was sitting there in a restaurant in Paris, and then he sees that blueberry pie in his menu, and then he wanted to order it, and the waiter says, "Oh, the last blueberry pie has been ordered by a gentleman." He's sitting there, see him, and then he looks at him. He's the same guy from Morocco who's sitting there, who gave the blueberry pie for the family. He's sitting there and he ordered the last pie. So he goes and speaks to him, and then he gives him a piece of the blueberry pie, and he loves it. And then what happens is, after many, many long years, he's in US partying in one this thing, and then suddenly he orders a blueberry pie. It was available at the time. He was about to eat, and he sees this same guy in the US just passing across his table. He's old at the time. He's moving around, and he goes and speaks to him. Of course, whenever I'm eating the blueberry pie, you are coming. He says, "Oh, it's a wrong address. I was meant to go for another party, and I'm here for a wrong because of a wrong address." So these are the synchronicities. Now, how did it happen? How this was for him? Blueberry pie. That's what he liked, and every time this guy seems to bring it. Okay, whatever that is. I'm just giving an example for synchronicity. And in my own life, when I'm thinking about synchronicity, I always remember this. We were all playing dart in an event. It was an event of the family. A lot of people were there, and I am not a person who has very good aim. Okay, I can even throw it out of the board. I can do that. I'm very good at it. But everybody got the 3 darts, and when everybody is watching, and I'm thinking, what the heck? Why everybody is watching, quietly watching? And my term happened to be there, and I'm standing there. You can't believe all 3 were bullseye.
Wow.
And they were said, "Oh my God, you should join Indian cricket team." It's like, is it? How did it happen? Is it true that my thing is there? That's what I call a synchronicity, and which I created a different perception in everybody there. Only I know what I am. So that will create a different reality for you. Even now, some of the uncles are, you are very good at aiming, too good. Can you tell me this is possible? Something like that, they will start. It's a lasting impression. So these are called synchronicities. Now, just to have a nice fun, do you all remember one thing in your life which you call as synchronicity? Not that dart, I'm not talking about exactly dart. Anything which is by chance has happened, and it's like, wow, how did it happen? However small and silly it is, it's beautiful. That's why I'm asking.
Isha, Navina here.
something.
Okay,
Yeah,
Navina
Neha.
first.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so from the past 1 year, I'm seeing lot of numbers, lot of numbers like 12, 12, 14, 14, something, during the day. It's not just like I look for it, but many a times I see, and some answers like maybe I'm looking for something, and I look like now after your first set of experiments, the first 9, many a times I've seen butterflies or feathers after that. So it's like a wow thing for me. Okay, I'm thinking this feather is an indication for something, sort of a thing. And a butterfly. Now I'm observing butterflies would have crossed many times, million times in my life. But now I'm observing that probably I'm thinking something, and this butterfly is an indication for that, or the feather, or this timing. So that has come.
Beautiful. Neha.
The apartment I live in, we were getting work done in it. and we were quite new in this building at the time. I had a neighbor whom I had previously helped, just neighborly help, nothing, without anything in mind at all. Elderly gentleman. You won't believe it. When we wanted to do the house, it came to a no sit situation in my home. Every inch was taken. So we were looking for somewhere to stay in the same building or here, there. He gave us his apartment to practically live in, to shower there, to go there, to sit there all day, everything.
I
Which
know.
is, I mean, who in today's times does that? And we didn't even ask him. I mean, how could we impose like that? We were looking for an apartment to rent. And he said, what? I live alone. You don't need to. As soon as I step out, you'll just be.
Nice. Yeah. Anyone else wants to share?
Can I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if this is synchronicity, but I have a wry neck, means my head tilts to one side because I don't know what's the reason for it. But I came to know very recently that I have it because of some ortho reason. I had gone for my leg actually, and that guy said, "Oh, you have a wry neck, which is very uncommon. I've never seen it in anybody. I've only read it in the books the doctor is saying." Huh? So that's how I came to know. Anyway, so I had a lot of shoulder issues because of that, pain and spasms in my shoulder. And one day when I was in the gym, a lady joined, a new trainer joined. I don't know, seeing her, I thought she's here for me. And guess what? She was not my trainer, but since she didn't have any clients, she would just give me a lot of tips on how to do. She gave me some exercises with the strength band to do my shoulder. And you won't believe, as soon as I did it for 6 months, I became very good. I became stronger. I lost a lot of weight. I gained a lot of strength also. She was kicked out after that for 6 months. So, so I thought she was there just for me, really.
Absolutely. Whatever you're saying, I understand.
Isha, I just remembered something. Can I go ahead and say it's the second time if anybody else
Yeah, make
wants-
it
just to
short.
Yeah, I'll make it short. Seeing Anna today, now thankfully my cold and cough is completely cured after 2 months. And
Wow.
Anna has a very big hand. From nowhere, me and Anna got connected on a personal chat after this platform. And one day she suggested me something, which somebody else has also suggested, but I somewhat forgot. And she reminded me out of nowhere. I mean, she was just saying, I saw you coughing and all that. And I followed that. And, it's just like from nowhere, somebody comes and just says, can you do this? Can you do this? Which I may have known, but forgotten. And this is how that also helped and added to my healing.
That's
So this is-
exactly when I said.
Tina, please
And I-
share that also. That
Yeah, I was thinking like that.
tough remedy.
What?
How about sharing that?
Tough remedy by Anna. You please share with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
she said some sujok remedy. I don't know if you have heard of the therapy modality
I
called
know
sujok.
about it. Yes,
So
I know.
she suggested me to do moksha, and I have moksha sticks in my home because I have done 2 levels of sujok. And that sujok doctor suggested long back, why don't you try moksha and all? And I'd forgotten about it. She suggested, and I started doing. And then she suggested something more also, that why don't you start doing gratitude for your body and all this stuff. 2, 3 things she suggested. And both the things I started doing, and it definitely added in healing me faster. So I'm
Wonderful.
thankful and grateful to Anna from the core of my heart. So thank you.
So what we need to observe is whenever we need something,
We
to
get
put
it.
us in the right direction. We need the right direction, because it's Navina who should have done the sujok and all that stuff, right? Anna cannot do for her to get something for Navina. She should do. But we need that input. We need that something to push that in the direction or something which will tell us what we should do so that we can choose that reality. Okay, that is about manifestation.
Yeah, I have
And-
something to share.
Yes, Pala, go ahead.
Just to I think last week, yeah, I met my friend who I never met for 1 month. So I was meeting below my block. So I was thinking in my mind, how nice is the year is coming to an end. How nice I another of the my friend who's living in the same block also comes there, and we have lunch together. So, but I didn't tell the other friend what is it, but I'm just thinking in my mind. And then she was walking, towards us after her exercise workout. And then we three went out after that. So I don't know whether this is synchronicity.
You know, it is. And if you feel that it is, then it is.
Yeah, it's so, I don't know, I call it coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence and synchronicity, we are given probably different words, you know. Coincidence, according to me, is a pessimist word. Synchronicity is a very optimistic word. Anyway, so it depends. So, but we all have to remember that there's something called this cosmic coincidence center. Like how you have call center, there's a cosmic coincidence center. And you just have to give a request, ask questions, and that'll start answering you back. Okay. And that is what is all about the synchronicity and giving you guidance and, you know, tips and things like that. So
Can I just say one line?
yes, go ahead, Neha.
There's a song, Zindagi Ittifaq Hai.
Yeah, true. Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. So then what the Carl Jung says, if you have a very strong desire, that is the seed. Okay. Maybe a thought, whatever you call that, it's a seed. Now, this seed also, if it has a need, strong need, that I really, really need this, then it starts manifesting. And the beginning of the manifestation is all about these coincidences or synchronicities in your life, which you're going to see. But you need to have that thought and a need for it. So when we don't have a need, it's more of a thought. It's like, okay, if it happens, it's good. If it's not also, it's good. Then it's not a need for you. So you are not even going to look at for indications because you really don't care, isn't it? So, so what happens is the moment you have that strong need with the seed, it starts making connections. One thing gets connected to another, and it'll start giving you what you should do. Somebody will gift you, something like that. Okay, whatever you wanted will be there available readily. It's just making that connection because everything is abundant in this universe. It's so abundant that we just need to make that connection. That's all. It's already existing and we need to connect to that. Okay. Now it's even more easier. Why it is so more easier in the current world? Because we have something called internet and we are already connected via your smartphones and so many other things. World is shrinking means this is what it is, and every desire of yours, you can have it. It's no more a dream. It's going to be your reality. That's the way the world has changed. Okay, so it's all about focusing your mind and it's all about looking out for it. Now let's tell you, you might have done this puzzle in your childhood where some animal or something is hidden in a picture with dots or something like that, and you will find that animal, right? Or the crosswords, you will make, the vertical or the horizontal lines and you get some names or, something, words. So there are a lot of letters in the whole square. You will look for it. What are you doing? You're focusing and you are matching with that word. So even though it is filled with so many letters, everything, you're able to find that. Even though if there are too many dots, you can still find that animal. So whatever you want, you should see that, because it's here. It's here in this world. Okay? So the more focused and harder you look for it, you will find it. Now, how exactly you will do that? Neha will say that I want this awesome job. Okay, how do you look for it? Maybe she's seeing the list of the companies. She's probably looking at, let's say that's Apple. I'm just giving an example, Neha. She will look for Apple, 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 Apple. She will go there like that. You know, and they say, oh, here it is. Okay, that's how everywhere, if she's searching, even in the advertisement, or even if people are talking about some companies, if she's trying to figure out Apple, can I hear that Apple word? That is when she's going to focus and go closer and closer. That's an example. Okay, now let's see some more examples for you. So these are called evidences. Now, there is something at probably 80s or something like that, which became a hit, I believe, which is about cosmic order. Okay. Now it became so much of a hit that they would say that I have put an order in the cosmic order. I've done a cosmic order, and people started manifesting it. Everything they manifested jobs, they manifested husbands, and they did all kinds of things. I suddenly felt that maybe we should go ask them, did you really manifest what you wanted? They may have a different opinion now. But anyway, at that time, they thought that they manifested whatever they wanted. So today, we are going to experiment on that. If we are able to manifest 50% of the list which we are going to create, use the same method and get what you want from the cosmic order. It's even more easier for us because we have all ordered everything from Amazon. Think it is like that, which has everything, and you just have to put an order, and you have to, this time is your choice. You will tell by when you want that. Not like an Amazon, which will tell you by when it will come. Right? And how closer you go to that. If it's like you told a tall, dark, handsome man, but you got a short, handsome man, then it's still 75% okay, I guess. So something like that. How closer you went for your wants, desires, manifestation. You're all up for it. Okay. Now I've just created a small little process to make it more real for us. So in that, I will be telling the list, but once you open your eyes, you can all write it down. Don't think that, oh my gosh, now this is gone, I'll forget it. Now what do I do? If you get worked up, then the process will just go, you lose the bus. Okay? So after the process, we can open our eyes and we can write it. But why am I doing the process? Because the 5 senses should feel it real. Only then manifestation is easy, because we believe. We believe everything which are felt by the 5 senses. I just want to tell one example. Once Dr. Joe Dispenza, you know him, right? He's a chiro practitioner, and also he is a neurologist or something like that related to neurons. So this guy has a daughter, and then he keeps telling her how you can convince yourself, and then you'll get it. It's all about convincing your head. So she one day she says something, and he asks her, what do you really want? She says, I want to have a great shopping experience where I shop and shop anything without thinking about money, and I go on shopping until I drop down dead. So he says, okay, think about it. Think every day, so much so that you should feel that you've already shopped. And then see what happens. And then after some 3 months, when he's going out for a talk show or something, she calls and she says, "Do you believe it happened today?" And he asks, "What happened?" So she and her friend had gone to buy something in a shop and they were just checking out. And suddenly this man comes and talks to her friend. And he asks somebody's name. He says, "And are you the daughter of this Mr. somebody?" She says, "Yes." And some strange person is coming and asking. He says, "This person did something, such a very great help. He did it for me yesterday. And I just want to repay back that." So he hands over his company's credit card and he says, "Go shop whatever you want." And then, so Joe Dispenza immediately asks, "So, what was the amount that you people shopped?" She says, "The best thing is we shopped $7,000 at one shot. And even more better was we had so much of fun. Someone else's credit card, and there are hundreds of shops which you can just, without thinking, enter, buy whatever you want because there's no limit." So she says, I exactly felt what his abundance means. You know? So this is how things get manifested. So the more you visualize, the more you feel how it is, the more you go closer to that. And the more synchronicities happen, like what it happened that somebody will give a credit card, and the more indications will start coming, and there is so much more. What I believe is there's nothing called free in this world. If you are getting free, someone else has paid for it. Remember that. For example, in this case, of course, that company owner, whoever that he paid the price for, her father doing something amazing. So you are thinking it is free, but it's not. Buy one, get one free or never, it's never free. Someone has paid for it. Someone has paid for it. You know, for all you know that you only have paid, but you've been fooled. So anyway, so we will do that process. This process is nothing but in this week, we are going to put a request for 8 items. And we have to put a very strong intent that some guidance towards it, at least I'll see. Something will be shown to me. And that means my requests are heard, or I am manifesting whatever I am putting the request. Okay, you ready, all of you? Okay, so all of you close your eyes. And just take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just relax. Feel every muscle in your body. And just tell yourself, relax. Feel all the sensations in your body. And tell yourself, relax. Just pay attention to all the thoughts you're getting. And just tell yourself, relax. And I'm just going to count 10 down to 1. So more and more and more, I want you to start focusing. Some picture, something of your choice. Only focus on that. Maybe you can focus on a diya, the flame of the diya, or candle flame, anything it is. Create that one thing or something which you really like, because it's easier to focus. Look at that until I come down to 1 in your mind with your closed eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, with this closed eyes, as I start telling each item, I want you to visualize that. If possible, I want you to hear the sound of that. And I want you to feel in your fingers how it feels to touch it. If possible, get the smell of it. So with this state of mind, I want you to ask the universe that in the next 1 week, you want to have a great laugh. Hear yourself laughing. Have a picture of yourself laughing. Maybe tears are rolling out of your eyes. How does it sound when you laugh loud? Also see probably people around you who are laughing with you. Yeah, that's the first one. Next, I want you to visualize a toy from your childhood. Just remember one toy. It can be anything from your childhood. You've already touched it, but it's time to feel the touch. And it's time to feel how you played with it. And anything related to that toy, a small little story. So remember that toy. Who got it for you and how did you like it? What happened to the toy? And the third is a favorite song from your high school during that time. A favorite song. Maybe you don't remember the song fully, but you remember the incident at which time you heard it, or the singer. Sometime you will remember about it. And how did you enjoy it at that time? Just think about that song, because that's what you're going to hear soon in this week. And you put in request to this cosmic center that you are ordering that song. And the timeline is just 1 week time. And the fourth one is you want to see the number 222. Seeing the number 222. So visualize it like on a board or something, or somewhere, maybe number plate, or God knows whatever that is, or it's the time or the date, 22-2, whatever that is. Just see 222. And this is what you're going to expect to see in this coming week. And the fifth one is a ball. What is your ball? How does it look? Is it colorful? Is it a basketball ball? Is it some toy ball? Visualize it how that bounces and comes towards you, or you see that in a shop. Everywhere, probably that particular ball will be seen in this 1 week time. The sixth one, a senior citizen, probably aged 70 plus, is wearing a fashionable dress and walk past you, and then you think probably, wow, look at her, what is she wearing? Or something catches your mind. A senior citizen wearing a fashionable dress. The seventh one is a smile from a baby, a beautiful smile from a baby. Visualize that, how beautiful it looks. And maybe you play with that baby a bit, or you just look at the baby and then you think, hey, I'm seeing this, which I requested to see. The eighth one is a billboard with a message for you. It is like probably you are seeking some answer, or some message which you really need, a billboard will show you. So just visualize a big billboard and you're passing by, or in a photo or in some illustration or somewhere you're seeing, and you don't have to visualize the message. It is blurred now. It will show up within this week. Now again, you tell this to this cosmic ordering shop, you know, that I want these 8 things in this week time, cosmic coincident control center. You say that I want all of this thing by the end of this next Monday. And then open your eyes. Now all you have to do is, now you write down the list. A big, great laugh is the first one. You can put it a laugh. Second one is a toy from your childhood. Third one is your favorite song from high school. Fourth one is number 222. Fifth one is a ball. Sixth one is a senior citizen with a fashionable dress. Seventh one is a smile from a baby. Eighth one is a billboard with a message for you. That's it. So we will meet up next Tuesday and we see how we have connected well. How much of this 8 list we are able to, at least to what level we went closer, and we check out what happens.
Ishan, can we just repeat the 1, 2, 3?
Navina, can you please do it for me?
Yeah, sure. Hear yourself laughing. First one. Second one is your favorite toy from childhood. Third is favorite song from high school.
Already in my head, Michael Jackson's song is being played. Okay. Okay, so that was the awesome session. And let's have fun. And let's see what happens. Okay? So every day just read this list and just give a, that call center of this cosmic center. Just to say that, hey, I'm waiting on it. Okay, take care. And let's see next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.